Welcome back to EDLR 7312, Qualitative Research. This week we're going to talk about writing your research proposal, or chapters 1 through 3. You'll find listed here the various sections of chapter 1 in your dissertation. There's also a PowerPoint on the doctoral community page that you can refer back to as you're developing chapter 1. There are a number of pieces here that are very important to develop for your reader what you are going to study. As I've said before, chapter 2 may be the most robust piece of your dissertation. It usually runs around 50 pages in length. It's a review of the literature on your topic or the problem that you're studying. You've got to be able to critique the literature, organize it very logically, and synthesize information for the readers. Look at it from a contextual standpoint, either historical, different approaches, trends and themes, practical significance, also conflicting theories, and look at inconsistent findings. If you think about it from a funnel standpoint, if you divide up your research topic or problems into concepts or themes, take each concept, start broadly, and discuss it as you narrow it down into very distinct and small pieces, very succinct writing on that. It is suggested you can use tables in your writings. There are different types of literature that you need to look at in chapter 2, a theoretical basis, theoretical studies that are out there, personal or expert opinions. You need to look at government documents, evaluation reports, and different studies out there. I would also suggest to you, as you begin to do research in the literature, go out and find dissertations that are on your topic or similar to your topic and see where their literature comes from and go to the primary sources to review that literature. There are 5 types of literature that you're going to add into chapter 2. You need to look at the theoretical literature that's out there, magazine articles, journal articles, things like that. You also need to look at those articles or books that contain personal or expert opinion. Any government documents, you can search those obviously through ERIC documents. Any evaluation reports or other dissertations, and look at both qualitative and quantitative dissertations as you go along. Chapter 3 could be very easy to write in your dissertation. That's your proposed methodology. Talk about the context of your study, the participants and instrumentation that you'll be using, how you're going to collect data and analyze it, and also discuss your researcher bias. There are a number of ethical considerations while you're writing your proposal. Make sure that you obtain permission to use any instruments, surveys, procedures, or data sources from other researchers. Part of them granting permission will be some type of written consent, whether it's a consent form, an email approving use, or however you record it, but that should appear in your appendix of your dissertation. You also need to make sure that you properly cite other published works. There are folks out there that have worked just as hard as you have to collect information, and you should give them credit when you use their information. Obtain any permissions to use copyrighted materials. Most folks that have developed surveys or survey instruments have copyrighted their work, so they need to give you direct permission to use it. Prepare to answer any questions from your dissertation committee and the IRB about your study. Know it backwards and forwards. Once your study has been approved, make sure that you obtain informed consent of all participants in your study and protect their confidentiality of participants if they ask for it. There are just a couple of hints I can pass along to you about writing chapters 1 through 3. As you're getting ready for proposal, make sure that you write those chapters in draft form in the future tense when you're writing about the study. You're going to be doing this. You will look at doing this. Once you've defended proposal and you've written chapters 4 and 5, you're going to go back to 1, 2, and 3 and change the tenses. Write for your audience. Remember that most folks that are reading dissertations know absolutely nothing about your topic, its background, or why you're even studying it. Make sure you explain it all to them. Know APA style and format. That is the way to go for publishing. Everything has to meet style and format. Develop your writing strategies that are appropriate for your study methodology. And in chapter 2, when you talked about the funnel, go broad themes all the way down to small details.